وعلمنا الكتاب آمين. Okay. So let's go over the conversation. There were a couple of things I didn't mention on Friday, so we'll go over them today. Let's start with conversation A. So, peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum, right? Assalamu alaikum. And upon you be peace. Wa alaikum assalam. Okay. How do you say how are you? Kaifa halu? كيف حالك if you're talking to a masculine male, or كيف حالو ki for a female, right? How about if you're talking to a group of people, there's men and women, كيف حالكم, right? كيف حالكم. Ku, no. You have to attach the 14 pronouns only. Yeah. So you can attach, if you're talking to two people, what would you say? How are you doing? Kuma. Right? كيف حالكما. So you can only use those 14 pronouns.
What is Kaifa Halu?
Tu is not a pronoun. You have to attach only the pronouns. You want me to write them? So what are all the attached pronouns? Hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, huma, kunna. And then for first person is ya mutakallim, and then na. Right? So you can attach these 14 to any noun. Okay? Hal is a noun which means what?
No.
Halu is like condition, right? So if I, and kaifa means how, right? So kaifa halu, how is the condition of him, her, you, us. Okay. All right. How do you say I'm well? Ana bi khayrin. Ana bi khayrin. Why is it bi khayrin? Why is it khayrin? Why is khayrin as majroor? Because of B, right? It's a harf jar, so the ism that follows it is majroor. Okay. So I'm well, alhamdulillah. Okay. So how do you say? Yeah, it's just a particle you can add. Walhamdulillah, right? And all praise be to Allah. Do you have any? Do you have notebooks and pens? How do you say that? And you don't say indi, you say inda. So the verb, the adverb is inda. So you don't take the fatha off the. Dafatir wa aqlamun. So these are both in the dhamma form. So dafatiru wa aqlamun. Dafatiru wa aqlamun. So right. So this is something that we're gonna learn in the next lesson. The pattern of mafa'ilu. So there's a pattern of plurals called the mafa'ilu. Okay, and they are without tanween, so they only have one dhamma. Okay, and does anybody know another word that conforms with this pattern? So we said dafatiru is on this pattern, right? Dafatiru. What's another word that forms with this pattern? What's the plural of masjid? Masajid, right? So this is on that same pattern. Masajidu. So when you say masajidu, you don't say masajidun, because this pattern does not have tanween. You can only put one. So when you say a'indaka dafatiru, but you can dafatiru wa aqlamun. So that aqlamun is another pattern called af'alun. Yeah, this is one of the exceptions. Af'al. So this pattern af'alun aqlamun, right? So that pattern you have two dhammas. Also, amsalun. So there, what's misl mean? Example, right? So the plural of mislun is amsalun. Amsalun. Okay. So that has the tanween. But masajidu, dafatiru, manadilu, those don't have the dhamma. The two dhammas. Okay. Yes, we have 5 notebooks and 10 pens, brother Najmul.
Now, in the na,
Mhm.
khamsa to dafatiru,
Just say dafatir for now.
dafatir,
Mhm.
wa asharu aqlam.
Do you say Asharu with the ta marbuta or no?
Asharatu.
Asharatu, right? So you have to say, you have to keep the ta marbuta on there. Unless what? Unless it's a female noun. So عندنا 5 دفاتر و10 أقلام.
Amin.
So أقلام will decline completely, just like أفعال. Okay. How much is the price of the notebook, Shireen? Price. كم ثمنه؟ Mhm. كم ثمن الدفتر? Right. So you yeah, الدفتر. كم ثمن الدفتر? So I read it. ثمن الدفتر. كم ثمن الدفتر? Okay. Uh, the price of the notebook is 5 riyals, Sir Tahira. Instead of ثمن الدفتر, it's going to be ثمن الدفتر. Daftari, right? So anytime you have the of, it's mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. ثمن الدفتر. Mhm. It's riyals plural. What's the plural of riyal? Riyalat. It's an exception. So the riyal it's not, doesn't have a ta marbuta, but it's you, when you make it plural, you add an atun. So it's riyalatin. Khamsatu riyalatin. So treat that as an exception. How do you say and the pen? Anyone? Anyone?
Wa qalam.
Wal qalam, right? And the pen, wal qalam. Okay. The price of it is 2 riyals. Thamanuhu. So the price of it is thamanuhu. How do you say 2 riyals? The number is its name, but how did we learn how to make duals? Alif and noon, right? So what do you do to riyalun? You say riyalani, right? So this is back. No, if you're gonna say it's nani, you have to say it after riyalani, because the numbers 1 and 2, we said they're not like that. They're adjectives. So it's okay if you're confused. If you forget that, it's perfectly fine. Thamanuhu, this is what it's going to be. Thamanuhu riyalani. That's it.
Okay, so no Ibnani.
You can say it's nani if you want.
But if I say it's going to be after.
It's going to be after. You can say thamanuhu riyalani, it's nani.
Why don't you say at-tamannu? Because it's the
It's mudaf mudaf ilayhi. So the mudaf is thamanu. You don't add an al to it. Okay. How do you say I want 1 notebook and 1 pen? أريد دفتر وقلم. Or if you want to say specify one, دفتر واحد وقلم واحد. Right? Or actually, no, you don't say دفتر. You say it's mansoob, right? So instead of دفتر, you're gonna say دفتر. What did we say about objects of verbs? It becomes not majroor, mansoob. So أريد. It's okay if you're forgetting all these rules. We'll review them. أريد دفترا. So you have to put two. You have to make it mansoob. Right? So mansoob is when the object is a verb inside of. Sorry, is when the word, the noun is the object of a verb. Okay?
So daftaran, does it mean one notebook or we have to one?
Daftaran, it can mean one notebook, or you can specify more. You can say daftaran wahidan, not wahidan.
Is that what you said was maf'ul bihi?
It's maf'ulun bihi. We're gonna get into that. Okay. How do you say 7 riyals, brother Paul? Do you say with the ta marbuta or without? Actually, go back. Do you say riyalun or riyalatun? You're using the plural form, right? So you're gonna say sab'atu riyalatin. Yeah. And how do you say please? Huh? Min kam? Min fadlik. Yeah, min fadlik. Or you can say law sama. So min fadlik is how you say please. Min fadlik. Alright, let's go to conversation B quickly. We have to do lesson 21. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. How do you say I have a question for you?
Indi sawal sawal
Su'alun for you.
Maza
For you. How do you say for you? Laki, right? Or laka. So li is, you can use it for or to. Or you can say I have a question to you or whatever. So indi su'alun laka. Right? Or laki. Maza, okay, what? So how do you say I saw a man with you? Ra'aytu. Instead of rajulun, he's the object of a verb, so rajulan. Rajulan with you. Ma'aka. Right? Who is he? Man huwa. Right? Who is he? Man huwa. Okay, how do you say he is my father?
wa
He's your son?
no
Abi, right? So abun is father and abi is my father. So huwa abi, he is from whatever, so huwa min whatever. Okay, did he come to America to visit you? So it doesn't, I forgot to say this. I was thinking of dhahaba, but then I realized dhahaba is to go. So it didn't make sense if you said, did he go to America? You use the verb ja'a for that. We're going to learn that later. Ja'a means to come. Ja'a. It's a verb. Okay? But we'll just assume that, okay? Yeah, jao, yeah. Ao, jao. Actually, they're both very similar in Arabic. So there's come and go. And there's another word for go, actually. There's ata.
Ata.
Yeah, ata. No? Ata jata. So these are two verbs in Arabic. They're basically to come and to go. Okay, ja'a and ata. So we're gonna learn those two verbs, inshallah. But you can. So in this case, you can say aja'a ila Amerika or hal ata ila Amerika. How do you say to visit? Li ziyarati. And how do you say to visit you?
Ziyaratu.
Li ziyaratika or li ziyaratiki. Right. So you just add a kaf to the ziyara. Okay. No, he is sick.
La.
Huwa maridun. Okay. How do you say he returned from the hospital today?
Kharaja.
It's not kharaja, it's raja'a. Raja'a min al-mustashfa al-yawm. Raja'a min al-mustashfa al-yawm. How do you say, may Allah cure him?
Safar.
Shafahu Allah. Shafahu Allah. Okay.
Shafa'ullah.
Ameen. Okay. Alright, any questions? It's to come and go. So yeah. Sometimes they're used interchangeably.
So ata is to come and
Yeah. Ata is to come and ja is to go.
so when I write here dhahaba, I note that
Yeah, you don't. Zahaba is like to go, but yeah.
so we say ja'a.
You can say yeah ajaa, or you can say hal ata. I think even jaa it would mean like did he go to America? So if you're trying to say he came to America, you would say ata. Yeah. We're gonna go into those verbs later, inshallah. All right. So we're gonna do lesson 21. Everyone go to the back of.
How do you write Arabic? The one that you sent by email. Do you use word processor or word document?
How do I type it? Man, it's really tough because I use Arabic keyboard. It's a website arabic-keyboard.org. I don't.
Wow. What? Who is the expert?
You have to basically click each letter, but it's easier. It's easy on the iPad because you're already clicking anyway.
There's also another one, it's called
Yemeni? Yemeni? How do you spell it?
YAMLI. Now when you type it in English, then it kind of, like type in like a transliteration.
Oh, okay. So you can type it in transliteration and then it'll do it. Is it yemeni.com?
I think it's something like that. It's Yummy.
Okay. No, it's a good idea. Yeah, you can type it in English. But there's a way you can enable Arabic letters on your keyboard. I haven't figured it out yet. Okay. So we're gonna go to the English key in the back of 21. Then we're gonna read 21, inshallah. This is not a new lesson, so it's basically a review lesson. Actually, every single word in this lesson will be like something you can call back to. So if you want to review the whole book up till this point, you can read lesson 21. Okay. Is everyone in the back? 21 English key? Or you would go if you have the other book, I don't know.
Which page number in?
In the color book, I have no idea.
Anybody has?
Sister Shireen?
Points of remember?
Is there English for this? But it's not really important. It's just.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Oh yeah, there it is. It's on page 78.
Points
78.
Yeah.
Points to remember. Yeah. All right. So it says basically this is a test lesson There's no new construction. There are about 5 new words, and they are. Okay, what's the first word?
ذلك.
Zaka. So it is the same as dhalika, which means what? That, right? So you'll see dhaka or dhalika. You'll see both. They have the same meaning. They just drop the lam. Just longer to say, right? Shorter to say dhaka than dhalika. Okay, next word is al-lawnu. Lawn means color. And then the plural is alwan. Alwan. Okay, next word. Wasi'un means spacious, right? This is actually also a name of Allah, Al-Wasi', I guess the spacious. Inna Allah wasi'un kabir or something. Wasi'un alim. Yeah. Okay, what's the next word? Nuhibbu, right? Nuhibbu means we love. What's I love? Uhibbu. So the alif with the dhamma is uhibbu, I love. And if you change it for a noon, you get nuhibbu, which is we love. Okay. What's the next word?
Asia.
Asia, which is Asia. And then nuhibbuhu is
We love him.
we love him. So you can attach these 14 pronouns to any verb, and they will be objects to that verb. Okay. All right, let's go to the lesson. We're gonna read in the last 5 minutes. You have the book. Can one of you share with you? Maybe you can sit in the. So we won't have enough time to finish this today. Basically, we'll read it as much as we can today, and then we'll read it on Wednesday. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So you read it for homework, but we're gonna go over it inshallah on Wednesday. Brother Najmul, read the first line.
هذه مدرستي.
Madrasati.
مدرستي.
What does that mean?
This is a school.
Madrasati.
This is my school.
This is my school, right? So there's a ya mutakallim attached to the madrasa, so it makes it my school. Okay, keep going.
هي قريبة من المسجد.
What does that mean?
This
What's here? The school, right? But in English you would translate to it. It is.
This is closer.
Say it.
It is.
It is.
It is closer.
Not closer. Close.
Close to from masjid.
It is close from the.
Masjid.
It is close from the masjid. Okay.
هي مدرسة كبيرة.
Madrasatun.
مدرسة كبيرة. It is this masjid is big.
No. What's here referring to?
It
Who's it referring to? The school, right? So it is a
is
big school. Madrasatun kabiratun. It is a big school. Why is there a ta marbuta on the kabir? It's describing something that's feminine, right? So madrasatun. So you have to make the adjective join match with the noun. Okay. What is the next? What's after kabiratun?
لها
Laha
ثلاث أبواب.
thalathatu abwabin. So laha thalathatu abwabin means.
لها means we have.
So li means two, right? So what's ha mean?
We.
It, right? So to it, or it has.
It has 3 doors.
Okay, so it looks like a funky sentence, like it doesn't look like you can read it, right? But this is how this is how in Arabic you say it has. Lahu or laha, right? Laha thalathatu abwab. So abwabin. Okay? So this is how you should, that's why we did all the practice with the pronouns, so that you can read it. And laha is like the common way to say it. Lahu, laha, it has. Okay.
أبواب بها مفتوحة الآن.
أبوابها
أبوابها
مفتوحة الآن. What does that mean?
This, the door is open now.
Okay, what's أبوابها? The doors of it, or just its doors,
Its doors
are.
are open now.
Okay, why is it مفتوحة? The school is feminine, right? So if you're talking about something that's no. Open is describing what? What's open? The door, not just how many doors? Plural, singular or plural? Three doors, right? So if it's three doors, are they غير عقل or عقل? They're غير عقل, right? So it's talking about a thing, so you have to treat it as a feminine singular. So you say أبوابها مفتوحة. Okay, so this is basically a review. If you just look at that, it's a review. So inshallah, what we'll do is on Wednesday we'll finish this, read it for homework, and then try to understand it, and then we'll just go over it on Wednesday. Okay? Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum. So Wednesday we will be meeting right after Asr. So 6:30 is when the class is. Inshallah. Board.